music has the ability to affect people emotionally more than almost any other medium. And I get the opportunity as a musician to give people very powerful, genuine emotional experiences. And the most gratifying thing for an artist is after a performance or a concert to talk to people and see them in some sort of emotional state. They've been affected deeply by something that they heard that I may not have even considered. So my name is Nathan, and I am a pipe organist and composer and arranger, and I live in New York. And in terms of composition, the majority of my composition work is with the International Youth Silent Film Festival. I've also scored a number of other historic and new silent films. I grew up in Portland, Oregon in the United States, and there was a restaurant called the Organ Grinder. And it was an instrument that was actually a very similar size to this one. All of the pipes were behind glass so you could see them. All of the percussion instruments were exposed so you could watch them play themselves. And I just, as a little kid, 4 years old, was completely enthralled by this mechanical masterpiece. And when all the other kids would be up dancing around to the music, I would be leaning over the railing just studying the instrument. Well, I started lessons when I was 11 years old, and I studied for about 9 years. And it's a process. The most difficult thing to get through when you're learning to play the organ is the coordination. I compare it to riding a bicycle. The first time that you do that, your brain is just confused because it seems like an impossible thing to do to balance and to be able to drive it. But once you learn that coordination, that's pretty much with you for life. You can come back to it at any time and you don't have to think about it. And that's what, with the organ, is difficult, is learning to play multiple keyboards at once with your hands in different positions and using your feet at the same time. But once you get over that initial struggle of coordination, the possibilities are endless. I love that about this instrument. The biggest piece of advice that I would have would be create what you genuinely want to create, not what you think is expected of you. There are a lot of young organists who play music from the 20s and 30s because that's mostly what theater organ audiences say they want to hear and enjoy. But a lot of these young organists have their own musical interests and don't ever make that connection that they could actually be exploring that music through this instrument. That's what the instrument is. It's a tool. Just like a painter thinks about their paint and their paintbrushes. It's a very specific thing and people have their preferences in certain ways they like to use them. But at the end of the day, what matters is the art that is created. And that's what I try to do as a musician, is create something new and fresh and exciting, something that I am passionate about. And if you do that, you can really innovate and you end up connecting with people on a much deeper and more profound level than you would if you just created what you think is expected of you.